So let's talk about Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill in general. And let's talk about what potentially could be next for not just Silent Hill 2 the game, but Silent Hill 2 in general. Now, we're going to start by talking about Silent Hill 2 Remake. So what is this going to entail? First guess, number one, fixing performance. I think the performance on the game, at least for me on PC, was really, really good. And I've heard that it performs really well on low-end systems as well. From my point of view, was really good. It does have like weird traversal stutters and stuff like that. So this is going to include fixing stutters on PC. And then we'll also do fixing whatever performance issues on PS5. Now, I'm not really sure what the performance issues are on PS5. I didn't, play that version. I will be playing it soon. I might actually ask for it as like a Christmas gift or something. I haven't really decided. I definitely want to get a physical copy to play it on PS5. And of course, whenever it comes out on Xbox and stuff, I'll play it on there as well. Because they really nailed this. I really love this game. And I want to play it. I want to support this as much as I can because I really want to show them that, like, hey, yeah, we love this shit. And here's some things that I want specifically. So, number two, for what I want specifically on the Silent Hill 2 remake, I want Ares type mode and / or boss rush. Now, I know this may be controversial for some Silent Hill fans and stuff, but I love the combat in this game. I love how, it's really fluid, but it also makes you feel like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. I think it's pretty wonderful. And for me personally, just to have some longevity with the game, instead of just playing the campaign over and over and over again, I would really love to have some sort of extra game mode, whether it's a mercenaries type mode or a boss rush type mode, or heck, to be honest with you, even like a puzzle mode where I'm just doing like puzzles on like super hard mode or whatever over and over again would add, for me, a lot of longevity to this game would be added to it. It wouldn't just be playing the campaign over and over again and trying to like speedrun it as fast as possible, which I do want to like learn some speedruns of this game. I've seen people have already kind of done it some insane speedruns, like they've beat it a little bit over 2 hours, which is crazy to me. But for me personally, one of the things that keeps me coming back to, say, the Resident Evil games is like extra game modes like this, like the Mercenaries mode or the Boss Rush mode, or also another thing, something like a Madhouse difficulty or something like that. Maybe something that kind of mixes up where items are, literally anything. I think would or a permadeath mode. I just want some kind of extra. I just want extra game modes. So we'll add that as well to the list. So 4 extra game modes in general. And by the way, I do want to keep in mind, this stuff is all going to be just extra stuff. This is not going to affect the campaign in any kind of meaningful way. I understand Silent Hill 2 in particular is a very like interesting game. It has a lot of things to chew on. It has a lot of stuff psychologically going on. It's a great game. It has a lot of depth to it. But it is also still a video game, and I do want some like actual like video game stuff into the game. Alien Isolation has some extra game modes that they added post-launch. They have the Nostromo stuff as well as like a survival mode. So I just would love something like that for Silent Hill 2 Remake. I think that would be pretty incredible. And this is also going to be another controversial thing, but I want more costumes, okay? And this will also tie into the extra game modes and the mercenaries mode and stuff like that. But I really like the extra costumes they have in this game. I didn't use them on my first playthrough because why would you do that? But I like the dog mask and I like the pyramid head mask for James. I want more costumes for James, but I also want costumes for the other characters as well. And speaking of that, if we get costumes for the other characters, like Maria's old costume, Eddie's original costume, stuff like that. Or if we get like, say, like I know like Resident Evil 2 Remake had the original character models in the game. I think that would be fun as well. So like the original PS2 models into the Silent Hill 2 Remake game, I think could be fun as well. Maybe even put in the original voice lines. I don't know. That's really up to Bloober Team, how they want to handle that. But I think if you're going to add like a Mercenaries mode or a very hard difficulty or extra game modes in general or anything like that, I do think it would be cool to be able to play as other characters. And also, do what Resident Evil hasn't done in a long time and make Mercenaries. If you add like a Mercenaries type of mode, it wouldn't be called Mercenaries, obviously, but a survival mode or something like that. You know, anything like this at all. You know, maybe make it co-op even. You know, I think that would be pretty amazing. That's literally like, I think the game mode that like a lot of like Resident Evil players have wanted is like just a co-op Mercenaries. I don't know why Capcom keeps trying to make all these like multiplayer games when it's so obvious that like the multiplayer game to make is a Mercenaries mode. So, and with more costumes, speaking of which, you know, I've already seen that they've modded like Leon and Ada and stuff into this game. Maybe try to see if you can do crossovers with other survival horror games like Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, maybe Alien Isolation, you know, stuff like that. Now, I'm not, you know, I don't necessarily need that, but I think that could be cool. I think that's something that other survival horror games should consider as well. You know, not just this game, but yeah, I think that could be amazing. I just want more stuff for this game in general. I think that there's lots to chew on right now, but like a year from now, are we still gonna be playing the same campaign over and over again? I mean, that's, you know, that's a good question. Speaking of that, I think this is the last thing we'll talk about here as far as like what I want, but I want expanded DLC such as Born from a Wish. So I would love for Bloober Team to make Born from a Wish similarly to how, like, you know, RE4 Remake had Separate Ways, and they like really expanded on Separate Ways in a substantial way, because you play the original standard Separate Ways, it's not that good. Now, Born from a Wish, from what I've heard, I haven't gotten to play it. Born from a Wish, from what I understand, is really good. It's a pretty amazing DLC, and I think it would be just a little bit silly if Bloober did not do Born from a Wish. Along with Born from a Wish, I would like some extra, maybe expanded DLC. Maybe we can get a campaign where we play through Eddie's experience in Silent Hill. Literally anything. Maybe Angela's experience through Silent Hill. That's really up to them on what they want to do, because I really think the game is great. But there is kind of, like, now that we're like 8 days from the official release, for me personally, and I'm about to replay the game on New Game Plus on hard and everything, try to get that like melee only achievement and maybe get the dog ending as well. But there is a question that I'm having right now of how much more can I really play this game? You know what I mean? And I know, like, for a lot of hardcore Silent Hill fans, maybe that sounds blasphemous. For me personally, I can only replay the same game so much. I think the only game that I, like, campaign-wise, that I ever like played, the only 2 games I ever like played a shitload of campaign-wise was probably Mass Effect 2 and Gears of War 2. Those 2 games really, and also Silent Hill 3. I played a lot of Silent Hill 3. I'm a little older now. I have a day job. I do this, I stream, I want to play other things as well. And to be honest with you, adding all of this stuff, or even just a few of these things, really would help me continue to play this game and continue to stream it. I want to keep playing this game and continue to stream it for years to come. You know what I mean? I think this game is amazing. I would love to make this game like a regular, as far as like the streaming goes, like once or twice a year maybe. And if they add this stuff, that's gonna incentivize me to come back to this game even more. That's just my thoughts on what I think Bloober Team should do for Silent Hill 2 Remake post-launch. You know, if you guys have anything that you'd like to add, we're gonna put this on YouTube, so please leave a comment down below letting me know like what you want them to add in the Silent Hill 2 Remake. And yeah, I'm gonna move on now to the franchise as a whole. Okay, Silent Hill is back after 12 years, and it feels pretty good now. You know, it had a rocky start there with Silent Hill Ascension and Silent Hill: A Short Message. The Short Message I thought was okay. You know what I mean? But what's next for the franchise as a whole is we have to wait and see how F and Townfall turn out. And I know that sucks. Currently, I have more faith in Townfall than I do F, but that's just because Annapurna is working on the publishing for that, and I forget the developer, but I just trust it more for some reason than I do with Silent Hill F. But we haven't really seen anything from either of those games except for like small little teasers. Honestly, right now, and we'll talk about some stuff that they can do for the franchise as a whole after this, but right now that Silent Hill 2 Remake is out, and once the dust settles on it a little bit, and, you know, fans start clamoring for more, well, the next 2 games are Silent Hill F and Silent Hill Townfall. We don't really know what either of those games are going to be. We don't know, like, they could be... Townfall could be an interactive movie for all we know, just like Ascension was. We don't know what these games are. And I'm actually extremely excited to see, because it is more new games. I definitely am curious how it turns out. So that's the first thing. Number 2 is more Remakes. Will they do more remakes? Without a doubt they will. Will Bloober Team head those remakes? I don't know. Maybe. I saw that article where they said they were going to move on from psychological horror, but after this, now that this game is out, it's like, well, you know, maybe Bloober Team should handle the other Silent Hill remakes. And I would like for them to remake especially 1, probably 3, and 4. I think the first 4 games, that'd be great to see. We're definitely going to get some. How long it takes for them to get here, we don't know. For all we know, they could have been working on a Silent Hill 1 or 3 or 4 remake while they were working on Silent Hill 2 remake. We'll find out in a few years, probably after or while F and Townfall are coming out. They're definitely going to announce something. I have a feeling this December at the Game Awards, we will see more from Silent Hill. That's just my educated guess. There's really nothing that I've seen online that hints towards that or anything, but I think because of how popular this game is right now and how many people love it and how it is a legitimate Game of the Year contender, I'd be kind of surprised if Konami didn't stop by, you know, with an update on the future of Silent Hill in some sort of capacity, even if it was just a quick 30-second tease at F or Townfall, or maybe one of the remakes that they're working on. I don't know. It's really interesting, but we're definitely going to get more remakes. I personally want to see Silent Hill 1 really bad, and probably Silent Hill 4. I really like Silent Hill 4 a lot. I got a soft spot for it. I remember playing through that on the PS2 at my friend's house, and we had a good time. It scared the shit out of us. I still think that's the scariest Silent Hill game. Granted, I haven't played the first one. I heard that the first one's also extremely scary. And I think Bloober did a great job updating Silent Hill 2 and making it legitimately scary. Let's move on now to my third thing. Now, I know this may seem redundant, considering we just talked about we got to see how Silent Hill F and Townfall turn out. But yeah, I want more new Silent Hill games, new original ideas to continue the franchise, the same way that Resident Evil is currently doing. So, if, you know, with Resident Evil, the franchise right now, it's very much doing like there's a remake that comes out, then the next game is an original game. You know, so I think the next Resident Evil game is either Revelations 3 or Resident Evil 9. I don't think it's going to be a remake. I think very much it's going to be like a new Resident Evil game with a new story and either an OG character returning or, you know, something like that. So I would like to see that for Silent Hill. Would they ever consider making a direct sequel to, say, like 3, for example? That's a good question. You know, how would people feel about Cheryl Mason coming back? That's her name now, by the way. She took that name at the end of Silent Hill 3. That's why her name is that in Dead by Daylight. It's a genuinely, you know, intriguing question. I want to know. I just want to know, like, would they ever consider something like that? Would they consider making a direct sequel to Silent Hill 4? Would they consider making a direct sequel to Silent Hill 2? Could we ever see the return of James? I don't think I necessarily want that, but, you know, after this one being so popular, who knows what Konami's going to do? Because if we know anything about Konami, they like to mess things up, you know? Although, you know, it seems like the new leadership is handling things pretty well. And then last, but certainly not least, this is pretty important for me. I want original games re-released. So, what do I mean by this? I mean, I want them re-released in a new collection, the way that the recent Resident Evil trilogy got released on GOG. I know Silent Hill 4 is available on GOG as well, but the other 3 are not. You know, you can play the HD collection, but it's not very good. It's kind of like meh at best, because it just kind of messes up a lot of the stuff. When I say original games, I mean all of the original Silent Hill games. It's funny, if you go and you click on the Silent Hill collection on Steam, it's just this and Homecoming, which I think is hilarious. I very much want Silent Hill, like they should do it like in the Tomb Raider collection, okay? They should do Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4 as one singular collection. And then do Silent Hill like Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, and Downpour in a secondary collection. And maybe even fix up some of the issues that those games have as well. Not story-wise or anything, but just like how they play and perform and stuff like that. That's something I think is imperative. I think that's extremely important. I know you can easily emulate these games. There's other ways you can get them and stuff like that. I still own my copy of Downpour on the 360. I've been interested to revisit it because I heard a lot of the issues that game had actually got fixed on Xbox backwards compatibility, at least as far as the console release goes. There's some core things in that game that can't ever be fixed, I feel like. But, you know, some of the performance issues and stuff like that I heard got hammered out. But anyway, this is just my thoughts on, you know, what I think is next for Silent Hill. I'm extremely interested to see what happens. I'm a big fan of the franchise. I've been kind of itching for it to come back for a long time. And, you know, to be honest with you, when it started back with Ascension and the short message, I was kind of like, oh, I guess careful what you wish for. And we still need to finish watching Ascension. Need is a strong word to use for that. But I do want to finish it because it is Silent Hill stuff. Maybe we'll get a season 2 of Ascension. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, please let me know down below in the comments what you want to see more from the Silent Hill franchise, as well as the Silent Hill 2 remake post-launch. Make sure you like and subscribe on the video and everything. And come check out my streams. I'm live every day in October for another 14, 15 days. So yeah, we're gonna have a blast, and I'm playing Alien Isolation right now. This video should be up probably like Thursday or Friday. I might be finished Alien Isolation by then. But yeah, stop on by the streams, and if you missed the streams, you can head on over to my other channel, Blended Caramel, and watch all my VODs completely unedited, and check those out. So anyway, guys, hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.